big business. We linked up in the UK with them outlaws, no limit forever, and we mash hard and we stay out the shadow.
Hey yo, you already know what time it is. This your boy M. Nell, Merciless, the one and only. You know I'm always tuned in, every day, all day. You already know who I'm rocking with. That ain't a question or a doubt. I'm rocking with my fucking boy, live from the UK, Fonzie Neutron, huh? Right.
I don't really care about the World Cup. Qatar when they got it cause FIFA's corrupted. A murder charge for all of the blood of the workers putting the stadiums up. Focus on the football, shut up. Infantino's all about bust, doesn't care for the guys in 39 degrees heat, dying in their sleep after a 10-hour shift. But I guess it's true, ignorance is bliss, so let's reveal the reality. Migrant workers treated savagely. Recruitment fees, forced labour, unpaid wages, modern-day slavers taking a passport so they can't escape. And when they die, did they compensate? No, get a family nothing. While FIFA stuffing $6 billion into their pockets. Said black as a top prick. Don't care about life, just profit. Will the public stay besotted? Or the team should just boycott it? You wanna help, gotta hit them in the pocket. But I don't see nothing, cause capitalism is toxic. And a country with no human rights is catastrophic. For the LGBT crew, their life is illegal. The regime's evil, so I can't support till they treat all people equal.
Some pretty powerful poetry right there. There we have from MC.
Oh, safe, man.
Yes, sir. What's good with you, fam? AC, definitely glad to have you join us on the platform and stuff. How's things going, man?
Yeah, man. Been a long time, man. Been a long time. So, yeah, good to see you again, man.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, just for the record, obviously, we go back some years, gotta be over 20 years, I say,
Something like that.
Industry and stuff. And me, myself, knowing you personally, a lot of people, if they don't know, and some people, they will be aware, you've had, roots within the hip-hop industry and stuff as well. You still do, your hip-hop and your rap stuff, but this being a drum and bass thing, like me knowing you, we've done stuff together with Muhammad Yahya and stuff as well. We've done stuff that's focused on just geopolitical sort of issues and stuff with depth. So I know you got a lot of depth. People who are familiar with AC and Terror, they'll know that you've always put a lot of social issues into your music. So what struck a chord with me with this one is a lot of the times we associate just, with drum and bass and stuff with the party atmosphere and that sort of stuff. And people not necessarily putting that strong of a message into their music. So even though this is a little short thing, the World Cup Challenge, what made you address this way? And just, definitely I want to, say hats off to you for doing it because it's dope. You made a few dope points which we'll get into, but what made you address it this way?
I just saw there was that World Cup Challenge thing going around. The guy called Jamesy, the producer, done a tune on the label DNB All Stars, and they did a World Cup Challenge. So I saw a few MCs doing it, but no one was really talking about the political side of it. So I just thought, I read about how the workers are being treated out there and all that kind of stuff. I just thought, that's disgusting. And the FIFA, turning a blind eye to it. And I was like, right, okay, yeah, I'll just use that, just do that, man, because no one else had done one. So I was like, let me just do that. So, I've always tried to talk about social issues in my music as well. Some people have discouraged that, saying I shouldn't and because you get less bookings because you can alienate certain fans. But I'm like, well, I didn't get into doing music and art and stuff just to please people, and that is to express my opinion and do some art that I think is worthwhile. So I just done it anyway. Yeah, over the years it's probably stopped me from getting certain places, but who cares, man? It's all about doing what you think is right, isn't it? And saying, what you believe with your art. So that's why I did that. And mainly because, I just think that the way, the Qatar is treating these people is disgusting, man. So, and a lot of it goes on in Dubai and in the Arab Emirates. They'll get like migrant workers from India, Pakistan, Africa, the Philippines as well, I think, and then they just take their passport off them. And you just hear all these horror stories, man. They're trapped in barracks. If they get injured, they got no compensation. If they're dead, their family get no compensation. There's been like Ethiopian and I think Malaysian and Filipino women have been like housemaids to people, and they've been, you know, like abused in all sorts of ways, and they can't escape because they haven't got a passport. I saw a documentary about these women that had managed to escape the houses that they were being employed by, and then they can't get out of the country. So luckily there was a charity set up to give them a safe house, but that can only be for a certain amount of people because they haven't got the space to house everyone that it's happening to. So, you know,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely crazy. And, you know, one of the things you just mentioned there is, it reminds me of when I went to Dubai. It was similar because, you know, we went out there to do some music stuff, and I'll never forget just, you know, being out there in the day and then at the night and just seeing how things was just at such a constant with the developments and stuff. And I really felt bad for a lot of the workers that was out there working in that heat, like constantly nonstop on big cranes and all sorts of stuff. And, you know, it leads to make you wonder, you know, are they being paid accordingly? Are they being paid right? I mean, there's only so much you could probably pay somebody to do that sort of work. But, or, well, people may argue there's only so much you should pay them. But at the same time, it's like, I feel as though people should be treated fairly and stuff like that. And one of the things we've seen recently with sports and with the World Cup is a lot of people have been making reference or inference to this concept of sports washing, where they feel as though, you know, organizations and stuff like FIFA and just different countries that have been maybe called out for different areas within human rights and stuff like that, utilizing sports to kind of give themselves a glossier sort of image where things, you know, so I'm glad that you definitely spoke on what you did because it raises a lot of awareness and stuff. And as you said, being an artist, you know, you can have a voice to just make music that's cool and you can just bop your head to. But I personally like to bop my head and listen to the lyrics, you know.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. And also, if you're an independent artist, you can do what the hell you want. So, you know, like when you're on a label and stuff, that's one of the reasons why I left working with labels years ago, because they just want you to follow like a certain formulaic route in order to sell loads of copies and stuff. But then it kind of hinders what you want to say as an artist. So I didn't really want to do that. Just making tunes about the club on every single tune on the whole album, it just get boring, man, for me anyway. So, you know, that's one of the reasons there. And like, there's so many issues that are going on in the world that's just not good, that we can highlight with music and get people to know about it. Because unless you're like an investigative reporter, or unless you're reading the reports that are going out there about this stuff, you won't know about it. But maybe if someone does it on a tune that's like something that you can nod your head to, then you might, oh, okay. And then, you know, they might not be 100% right on all the issues, but then you can go and do your own research and find out about things, isn't it? So it can be an educational tool. Like, so that's why I think that's good about rap music and stuff like that, because it's not always about the same subject matter. And, you know, just if it's an underground artist who doesn't care about money, or just shifting loads of units, then you can actually say something real, isn't it?
Something that matters. So definitely, you know, we can hear that. I mean, with that being said, have you had much, well, we know you've had quite a bit of feedback. What sort of feedback have you had from that World Cup challenge? You know, we see over...
Well, I think that thing was just a problem. Yeah, it wasn't like a competition. It was just a bit of fun. Like, I had one MC holler at me saying, "Oh yeah, it's good, but you're not going to get picked as a winner." But I wasn't even aware it was a competition anyway. It was just a bit of fun. It's just it was just a bit of fun. That's all it was, to help promote the tune they were doing, I think. But you know, the producer James, he hollered at me. He was like, "Yeah, that's it." I was like, "Yeah, let's work in the future, man." He said, "Yeah, when he's tied up these projects and stuff, he'd be up for it. So, you know, maybe you could do something with him in the future. That would be nice." But yeah, other than that, it's just, you know, people just been saying, "Well, okay, yeah, sick, yeah." And I haven't seen anyone talk about these issues, because they have been going around. Like, even some of the teams that played, they were like, "Oh, you know, like they're wearing the USA team have got the rainbow flag."
The rainbow, and they was told they couldn't wear it.
I'm like, well, you're still playing them. or the other team was wearing all black or whatever it was, or the England team kneeling for all the people that died and all that. You're still playing though, so you're still feeding the organisation money. You're still making them money. So that kind of process ain't really doing nothing. The only real thing the teams could do is boycott it if they really care about all these people dying and having no human rights, or like LGBT people not having any human rights. If you really cared about it, you boycott it, but you're not. So that just says it's just what you're doing ain't really nothing. If you're just kneeling on the pitch for all the people that are dead. Are you going to give their families any compensation? Are they getting any money? Because the reason why they've probably gone to work there is to try to feed their families back wherever they're from, innit? And then they're out there now, they're just dead. So if they got no compensation, what's the point? So that's what I feel. A lot of people making like these hollow gestures. But you just go on Amnesty International website, you can read about it all on there. Other newspapers done investigations into it, like The Guardian and I can't remember what other papers, but a whole load of them have. So
everybody, as you said, they've all, they've definitely all weighed in on it and stuff as well. I mean, you've actually used quite a few interesting clips and stuff in the freestyle video that you put out and stuff as well, which is dope because it gives you a nice little visual aspect on things as well, and then they can listen to the lyrics and stuff that you're putting down. I mean, you made a great point just calling out the hypocrisy and stuff that we see sometimes because, as you said, a lot of times people may make the statements that they stand against something, but in totality, they still partake in it, which is still, having a part to play in it in one aspect. Now, we know that, not everybody is maybe in the position to do what somebody else may do, which is why we definitely want to commend you for what you've done and what you continue to do. Because I've said, it's not nothing new to people that are, fans of AC. They're going to know you to speak your mind. I remember you used to have you had your show before AC Sports, you used to, put stuff out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, yeah.
You gotta bring that back, man.
Right. Like when I look at it, I've toned down a lot over the years, man. When I look at like how I was before, people are thinking I'm mad, like political now, but I'm like, bro, I've toned it down quite a lot. I don't really express myself too much on social media because it's just a headache, man. You're just getting all these arguments with people and just back and forth all day, and I can't be bothered with that, man. So, but if I can make a tune or something like that out of an issue, then I'll do that. And like I've done a new tune with this producer Scuff. It's going to be coming out soon. It's an anti-knife tune, and so we can put that out. It's a liquid drum and bass tune. I'll probably do a hip hop remix of it as well, though. So, I just want to try and make stuff about issues because I always think like my favorite hip hop album, one of my favorite hip hop albums, like Ice Cube, not America's Most Wanted, it's Death Certificate. Because on that album, he chats about a different social issue pretty much on every track. So for me, that was a really strong album because like it's about all of these issues that are going on at the time. So that in itself is like something where you're like, okay. And then like one of my other favorite hip hop tracks is Rascas Nature of the Threat. And all them kind of ones like that. They're the tunes that like you always remember those tunes, or you always remember that album because it makes you think as well. You might not agree with everything the rapper's saying, but it will make you think, innit? So, or the like now recently you had like Joyner Lucas with the I'm Not Racist track. And like all of those ones, or if you're gonna look at like Childish Gambino with This Is America, things like that, innit? Even though that one's not like loads and loads of lyrics, it's more like hooks, isn't it? Quite a lot of hooks and stuff like that. It's still with the video and all of this stuff.
As the
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So making you think about things. So I just keep trying to do that, man, really, because like sometimes when I'm just trying to write now, I don't really have something. You just think I ain't really got anything inspiring me to write about something. But then then you look at the world and what's going on, then you think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna write about that, and then that will give you that inspiration to do it. So, and like the footage I got is just got it from YouTube. There's documentaries on there showing the workers what they're living through, the bad facilities they got to put up with and all of that stuff. So I thought, well, let me put a little bit of that in there. Then just other documentaries here and there, footage of the Sepp Blatter when he had all that money thrown on him by a protester, and the other guy Infantino saying to just focus on the football, because he was saying, oh, we can't lecture other countries about what they do because Europe in the past has a colonial history and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, well, okay, I kind of see what you're saying, but at the end of the day, if people are being treated badly, it doesn't matter where they are, innit? So just because Europe might have had a bad colonial past, it doesn't mean they should not do what's right now. So I remember, like, even one time I was talking to this feminist, and she was saying, she's a European feminist, yeah, was saying that white feminists should not go and interfere in like places like Sudan where FGM's going on, female genital mutilation, because of the colonial past. And I said to her, look, man, if I was a girl about to get my clitoris cut off, yeah, and a white woman came and saved me and got me to a safe house, I wouldn't care that it's a white woman saving me. I would just be happy I got saved. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's my opinion anyway, that for Infantino to say that, I'm just like, nah, that's not really. It just seems like a way for you to get out of having responsibility.
Well, there was a lot of deflection and stuff going on, and finger pointing to an extent. We did see the Iranian press, they actually quizzed the US team captain, and they actually quizzed him about the treatment of blacks in America and stuff, and sort of inferred, like, how could you play for a team with their sort of colonial history, but at the same time negating some of the issues that they have themselves. So as you said, oftentimes there's a lot of stuff going on, which is what people don't really want to speak about or point.
Yeah, I think, you know, for those, you know, we just got to fight injustice everywhere, man. Yeah. Not just in one geographical location. So America, yeah, they have to sort out their flipping treatment of minorities that's going on. They have to do that as well. But it doesn't mean that we can't try and do it in Qatar as well. We've got to do it everywhere. Well, that's how I feel anyway.
You made a great point, man, about just even with your music, just opening up minds and stuff. And I think that's what it's about, just, you know, stimulating just discourse and stuff as well. That always is going to help. It sort of reminds me of a quote from one of my favorite musicians, Jim Morrison, and he spoke about his poetry. He said, if it aims to achieve anything, it's to deliver people from the limited ways in which they see and which they feel. And I think that any true artist, you know, their music or whatever it is that they put together as their art, it should do the same thing and stuff as well. So, you know, with you just putting out that, I think it's done a great job. And, you know, I'm definitely going to be replaying it a lot, sharing it around to a few people and stuff as well. In terms of your music, I know that you're busy up and down the UK, touring, doing a lot of shows and stuff like that. Have you got anything coming up for the holidays?
Yeah. Well, today I'm about to drive down to Bristol in about an hour. I'm going to go do a radio live stream down there at Headroom Studios. They were killing it over the lockdown. They were doing so many live streams with artists and everything, keeping music alive, and that hip hop, drum and bass, grime, everything. They were doing like the whole lot. So I'm just going down there now to do that for a crew down there called Blazing Frequencies and the Unit. They combined to do this stream today. And then actually I haven't got anything until New Year's Eve. Then I'm up in Leeds for New Year's Eve, doing Beaverworks. I think it's called The Lost. I can't remember the name of the rave, but it's at Beaverworks in Leeds, isn't it? Okay. Future Formation, they're the guys who run that. So that's where I'll be New Year's Eve. Then I've got Bristol again in January, Peterborough January. Few things like coming. So like over lockdown, it was dead, man. Just doing live streams, that was it. Now, last summer I had a good summer of events, raves and all that was going on with festivals and things like that. And then this winter has been a little bit quiet for me, but that's how it goes, isn't it? Things go in cycles, isn't it? So yeah, man. So I think the cost of living crisis has affected things a lot, because the promoters, they're now like they'll book like one headliner, and then a lot of just artists that they are local artists, and they just don't want to pay them anything.
Yeah.
So that's affected artists who usually would command a fee. It's affected them quite a lot. A lot of gigs have been getting cancelled. You know, this cost of living crisis has wiped out a lot of events. Even the festivals, man. I was speaking to the guy from Music Federation in the summer, and he goes, next year, there ain't going to be half as many festivals. And the ones that are there are going to be smaller, because people can't afford £300 to go to a music festival anymore, or anything like that. So like at least 15 festivals have gone bankrupt last year alone, and they won't be coming back next year. So it's going to be quite different for music artists and music fans next year because of this cost of living crisis. So, you know, so it's all a bit up in the air at the moment, but I'm just thankful I've got some gigs, and I'm concentrating on doing tunes now, man. So that's it. I'm not like before. It was like chasing the bookings all over the place. But the thing is, you do that, you're so tired in the week. Writing fresh tunes about things, it's too much, man. You can't be bothered, innit? You're too tired. So now it's just like I'm like, I want to put a load of tunes out again, how I used to, innit? And do that, because I've done that live circuit thing, just been on a mad one for a few years now. So I'm just gonna get on that, man. So that's cool, innit? I've got a little bit of a break. I'm teaching at ACM now in Birmingham, so I'm up there 3 days a week. So I've got regular income coming from that, and yeah, man. So I'm teaching on the first rap and MC degree and diploma and foundation course. So yeah, it's all good. You still in Birmingham yourself?
I'll be up and down. I was gonna say, we'll discuss that. We'll find a point of how we're gonna connect. So I was gonna say, if not,
man.
then definitely something with Birmingham at some point. You know, when you're gonna be up, and we'll figure some stuff out. And definitely, we just definitely want to once again. I know you mentioned you've got to go Bristol, and you're up and down the road. So we appreciate you taking the time and stuff to tap in. We're definitely going to reconnect back on some music and stuff like that, and just really advance us, that aspect of the game, because, as I said, I'm not just saying it, from what you're delivering in the field that you're in, it's putting you a cut above the rest, and we want that to continue as well, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man, keep going in it. That's what we can do, man. Keep going in that. So yeah, but no, thanks for having me on, man.
No doubt, much love, man. So we're gonna be looking forward to some new music and stuff as well. Fans, do let us know your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy Fanzi, represent for BoutThatOnline.com. Join with the boy AC the MC. And you can check him out on social media. You type in ACMC or AC the MC, and you're gonna find us.
Yeah, I couldn't get ACMC on Instagram. I was pissed, so I had to put the in the middle with it. Same on Facebook as well with the address. I couldn't do that, but TikTok, I managed to do it. ACMC DNB. That's on TikTok. If you like that, but Instagram is ACTHEMC in it.
That's what's up. Well, nothing but love and respect, my brother. I appreciate you, and once again, salutations for the hard work, the dedication, and your contributions to the culture for all the years, and still continuing to do so. So much love, and we're gonna reconnect soon.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Have a nice day. Take care.
Peace.
Join us on the line, BoutThatOnline.com, for the hottest UK, US flavor. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be updated on new drops and content.